In a village by the tall baobab tree, an elder's voice and whisper sets us free.
In the heart of a lush African village, where the earth was red and the skies painted with the vibrant colors of sunrise and sunset, there lived a girl named Lola. She was admired by all for her beauty and grace, but what made her stand out most was her hair. It flowed down her back in thick dark waves, reaching almost to her knees. The village had never seen anything like it, for Lola never cut her hair, not even once. Her mother, Mama Kemi, and her father, Baba Bayo, often wondered why their daughter refused to trim her locks like the other girls in the village. Lola, your hair is beautiful, but it is too long. Won't you let me cut it just a little, my child? But Lola would smile softly and shake her head. No, Mama, I cannot cut it. Please don't ask me why. Her parents, though puzzled, didn't press her further. They noticed that no matter how long her hair grew, it never became unruly or tangled. In fact, it seemed to shine more brightly with each passing year, as if it were touched by magic. As Lola grew older, so did the whispers around the village. People began to wonder what secret she held. Some said she was blessed by the gods. Others said she had been touched by the spirits of the ancestors. And even a few whispered that Lola's hair held powers beyond their understanding. But no one dared to ask her, for Lola was as kind as she was beautiful, and no one wanted to upset her. What no one knew, not even her parents, was that when Lola was just a little girl, something extraordinary had happened. One warm evening, when the moon hung low and full in the sky, Lola had wandered off into the nearby forest. She had always loved the forest, with its towering trees and hidden streams, and often spent hours there, listening to the sounds of nature. That night, however, was different. As Lola sat by the water, a soft voice called her name. Startled, she looked around, but no one was there. The voice spoke again, gentle and melodic, like the wind through the trees. Lola. She looked down at the stream, and there in the water, a face appeared. It was the face of a beautiful woman, her eyes glowing like stars, her hair long and flowing just like Lola's. Who are you? Lola whispered, her heart pounding in her chest. I'm the guardian of this land, the woman replied. I've been watching over you since the day you were born. Lola's eyes widened in awe. Why are you watching over me? The woman smiled softly. You are special, Lola. You carry the spirit of the earth within you, and your hair is the mark of that connection. As long as you never cut it, you will protect the balance of nature around you. The trees will thrive, the rivers will flow, and your village will be safe. Lola, though young, understood the weight of the woman's words. But what if I cut it? What will happen? The woman's smile faded. If you cut your hair, the balance will be broken. The land will wither, and a great misfortune will befall your people. With that, the face in the water disappeared, leaving Lola alone with the sound of the stream. From that day on, Lola vowed never to cut her hair. She kept the secret close to her heart, telling no one, not even her parents. Years passed, and Lola's hair grew longer and more beautiful. People continued to wonder why she refused to cut it, but she always smiled and changed the subject. Meanwhile, the village thrived. The crops were plentiful, the rains always came on time, and the people lived in peace and prosperity. But one fateful day, something changed. A traveling merchant arrived in the village, a stranger with keen eyes who took great interest in Lola's hair. He offered her family riches beyond their wildest dream if they would allow him to take just a small portion of her hair, claiming it could be sold to kings and queens in faraway lands. Mama Kemi, tempted by the promise of wealth, began to consider the offer. Lola, she said one night, perhaps it is time to trim your hair. This man offers us much in return, and it is only a little cut. Lola's heart sank as she heard her mother's words, for she knew what the consequences could be. But how could she explain? How could she tell her family the truth without revealing the secret she had promised to keep? Lola's heart pounded in her chest as she realized the danger looming over her village. Her mother's words echoed in her mind, "It is only a little cut." But Lola knew that even the smallest cut could unravel the balance of the land. That night, unable to sleep, she returned to the forest, seeking answers from the mysterious guardian. Sitting by the stream, she called out softly, "Spirit of the land, please come to me. I do not know what to do." The stream shimmered under the moonlight, and slowly the woman's face appeared in the water. Her expression was somber, as though she already knew Lola's troubles. "You are troubled, Lola," the spirit said gently. "But remember the promise you made. Your hair owes the life of this land." Lola's voice wavered as she replied, "A stranger has come to the village, offering wealth in exchange for a piece of my hair. My family is tempted, and I do not know how to refuse without revealing your secret." The spirit's glowing eyes darkened with concern. "Wealth may bring comfort, but if you allow even a single strand to be cut, the land will begin to wither, the rains will stop, and famine will follow. You must protect the balance, Lola, even if it means your family does not understand." Tears welled in Lola's eyes. "But how can I stop them? I cannot explain everything without breaking our pact." The spirit remained silent for a moment before replying, "You must show them the truth, not tell them. Return to the village and trust that the earth will speak for you." The next morning, as the village prepared for the merchant's return, Lola awoke early. She stood in front of her family, her long, magnificent hair cascading around her like a dark water flow. "Mama, Papa," she began softly, "I cannot cut my hair. You must trust me on this. I promise there is more at stake than you realize." Her mother, still drawn by the idea of the riches, frowned. "Lola, it is only a little hair. Why are you being so stubborn? This could change our lives." Lola closed her eyes and whispered a silent prayer. She walked outside to the family's garden, which had always been vibrant and full of life. Kneeling down, she took a single strand of her hair and gently plucked it from her head. As she did, a strange stillness swept over the land. At first, nothing happened. But within moments, the lush garden began to lose its color. The plants wilted, the leaves browned, and the earth beneath her feet cracked as if touched by drought. The once lively place became barren before her family's eyes. Her parents gasped in disbelief. Baba Bayo stammered. Lola looked at them, her heart heavy with the burden of her secret. "This is why I cannot cut my hair. It is not just hair, it is tied to the life of our land. If I cut it, everything will die." Mama Kemi, now realizing the weight of her daughter's words, fell to her knees beside her. "Why didn't you tell us, Lola?" "I couldn't," Lola replied softly. "It was a promise I made long ago." Her parents, their eyes filled with sorrow and understanding, embraced her. "We will not ask you to cut your hair again," Baba Bayo said. The family stood together, watching as the garden slowly came back to life, the plants regaining their color and strength. Lola's sacrifices had shown them the delicate balance between her hair and the land. When the merchant returned to the village, eager for the trade, Baba Bayo stood proudly beside his daughter and turned him away. "We have no riches to give you," he said, "for our true wealth lies in our daughter's gift, which cannot be sold." The merchant left disappointed, but the village remained, protected by the power that flowed through Lola's hair. Though her secret was now known to her family, they never spoke of it again, honoring the sacred bond she shared with the land. And so Lola continued to live in peace, her hair untouched and flowing, a symbol of life that pours through the earth, protecting our village for generations to come.
Us free, jubo smiles on screens, a tale they weave, ancient echoes in stories we believe. From Anansi's tricks to lion's roar, stories spun across the digital shore. Young and old gather hearts in unity, folk tale stitched